The gaming industry today blesses us with some of the most timeless and inspired games ever. Names like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. You get the idea? That was sarcasm. It's the same shit every year.
Now don't get me wrong, I see the appeal. I used to spend many a nights playing Call of Duty online with my friends and getting in a lobby with some punk who had way too much time on his hands. AKA, booby art.
But that only lasted for a few months, until I realized this wasn't the stimulating gameplay I was looking for. But that's just my opinion, and apparently I'm on the minority when it comes to this, because some of the most popular games on the next-gen consoles are Titanfall and Destiny. And yes, they're shooters.
Holy shit!
Now these games are so firmly established that they get pumped out year after year and people still buy them. But let's go back to a time when the genre wasn't so firmly established and developers were experimenting to see what would work in their games.
Like, let's take a look at ZPC. You look at this game and think to yourself, wow, for 1996 that sure looks unique. Then you play it for about 5 minutes, regretting every poor choice you've made in your life. I mean, one of the best shooters of all time is considered to be GoldenEye on the N64, a movie-licensed game. It's hard to find a good movie-licensed anything, let alone one of the best games on the console and debatedly in the entire genre.
Now, in coming up with a concept of your game, there are certain elements that need to be present to make your game awesome. One of those elements is William Shatner.
Yep, this is real. Tech War. It was a series of novels created by the man himself, William Shatner, and then adapted into this game. What's the plot? I don't fucking know, I don't read. Ooh, Mr. Shatner set phasers to stunning.
I suppose you're wondering why you're here. It's simple. You're the best.
Shatner approved!
At least I think you are.
The fuck?
Okay, so after that kind of pep talk you get from Shatner, the game doesn't really pick up from there. It's really just a generic laser gun shooter with the blandest of color schemes. I mean, maybe I'd care more if I read the books or even watched the TV show, but that's not my case. So in turn, this game just isn't my cup of soup. Tea. Tea soup.
I don't fucking know. What do you think, Red Ranger? You're just a toy. You don't talk. But that segues perfectly into our next game, Bad Toys 3D. Man, if there's no Will Smith, I am going to be pissed!
Aww, that's adorable, and Jesus Christ, no! So that's definitely horrifying enough to mentally scar a child. But as it turns out, this game isn't even meant for kids in the first place. Despite its bright colors and cutesy characters, the story revolves around a toy company that was bought out by the fucking military, and then the toys got turned into weapons. You play as a security guard who was charged of murdering his own daughter, but it was actually the toys that turned into the military weapons that killed her. So it's up to you to put an end to these evil toys.
What? That's so unrealistic. Toys don't kill people. Right, Red Ranger? So that's how it's gonna be? After all these years, after everything we've been through? I don't even know how to feel right now. You disgust me!
Weird plot aside, the game is actually super fun. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the same simple joy you get from playing early shooters like Doom or Wolfenstein. Also, you can't go wrong when it comes to shooting smiley faces in the face. In terms of sound, you're not given anything special. Just the sound of gunshots, opening doors, and creepy, creepy laughs from the toys. I kinda wish there was some unfitting epic music playing, so let's add it in and see how it turns out. Best game ever.
Now, as someone who lives in the magical land of Idaho, there are a few things we don't have a shortage of. Fast drivers. Slow drivers. Stupid hipster-looking people. Overly attractive 13-year-olds. But two of the biggest things are guns and rednecks. Where are the games dedicated to that demographic? Where are the games for my people? It's right here. Redneck Rampage. It exists.
So, yeah, there's an alien invasion and it's up to these two brothers to stop it. What's their motivation, you might ask? Are they fighting for the sake of the human race? Nope. Are they fighting to get revenge on something? Nope. Are they upset that there's illegal aliens on their American soil? Fucking nope! The aliens stole their prized pig, like when you go to the state fair, and they want it back. I don't blame them, I'd be pissed off too. Now you might be a redneck if your 4 main priorities in an alien invasion are your health, ammo, keys, and your stuff. Actually, now that I think about it, those are very good priorities to have in this situation. Again, the game is fun in the same way as Bad Toys, having that early shooter thing going on. However, this game is more identifiable with the everyday player. You'll know what a revolver and what a double-barrel shotgun will look like. Running low on health? Well, what else would a person need aside from moon pies and alcohol? Seriously, no joke.
I feel better already. Now, rednecks are known for doing a lot of outdoorsy activities, one of which includes hunting, which PETA may not be totally for. But have no fear, for all of you PETA enthusiasts, there's a game out there for you too. It's called Deer Avenger.
Not just one game, but a series of games where you play as a deer named Bambo, a combination of Bambi and Rambo. And yes, that is the legitimate reason why he is named that.
It's fucking brutal.
The gameplay itself, however, isn't too exciting. It's actually pretty boring, to be honest. It's just like hunting in real life. There's a lot of downtime and wandering around and wanting to go the fuck home, which isn't what I want from a game about a vengeful deer. Luckily, Bambo's personality is enough to keep you around.
Keep your tail down around this guy. He looks horny.
Snarky little bastard. Throughout the game, you'll be given a list of commands. One is fart, which does exactly what you think. The other is call. Here, Bambo will be yelling and being a grade A smartass.
Ah, yes, the biggest wussy I ever saw.
This is honestly what'll keep the game interesting for a while, but when you do come in contact with a human...
Okay, you're doing something that hurts me there.
That is absolutely fucking terrifying. We've done a lot of killing today. And as the devoted Mormon that I am, I can't help but feel the big guy upstairs is a little upset with me. So let's counteract that and play a bunch of games based off of entries in the Bible.
Like Noah's Ark. We all know how that story goes. Guy builds a boat, puts 2 of each animal on, there's a tsunami, hooray for nature, yada yada yada.
Now how do we take that and make it into a game?
Like this! Super Noah's Ark 3D is an unlicensed game that was released on the Super Nintendo. It was actually the only unlicensed game that was released on the Super Nintendo. You play as Noah, who apparently never passed kindergarten because there's obviously more than 2 of each animal on this fucking ark. Also, he must have done something really bad to piss off these goats because they all just seem to be kicking him.
I hate goats. Except when you're at a petting zoo and they eat food out of your hand and it feels funny. I don't hate goats.
So it's up to you to put these animals in a slumber by shooting food at them via slingshot. Did that show up in the New Testament? The game is something you give to a little kid to keep them occupied for a while. The game was made with the Wolfenstein 3D engine, which is why it probably looks a lot like Wolfenstein. Supposedly, id Software, the people who made Wolfenstein, were pissed at the fact that the Super Nintendo port of the game was censored and basically inferior to the PC version. So as some type of revenge, id handed the source code to Wisdom Tree, the company who made this game and a bunch of other religious-based games on Nintendo consoles. Personally, I'm not into it.
There are just so many shooter games out there, it's no wonder the media thinks video games are related to violence. But the moral of the story is, play your games. Play your violent video games. Just don't go out and start shooting people afterwards, because if you do, Fox News wins. And who wants that? Who is it?
Have you heard the good word today, sir?
Wait. The good word. You don't think he meant... Hey, thanks for watching this. I appreciate it. There's some links here you can click on if you're new to my channel and you want to see some other videos I've done. There's also some buttons down there, like a like and a subscribe button, that if you're interested you can hit those too. I'd really appreciate that. I'm not even playing anything right now, it's just the illusion. Does it work? Doesn't work, now that I've told you. Have a good day.